My name is Don Landis, and I'm currently a tenured professor at Université Laval in Quebec City. I completed my PhD at Stony Brook between 2004 and 2010. I'm the author of 2 books on French phenomenologist Maurice Merleau-Ponty, the Merleau-Ponty Dictionary, and a book that came out of my dissertation, Merleau-Ponty and the Paradoxes of Expression. I'm perhaps best known for my translation of Merleau-Ponty's Phenomenology of Perception. Although many parts of my time at Stony Brook were deeply formative, from my discovery of Merleau-Ponty's work in a seminar with Ed Casey during my first semester, to the amazing experience I was able to gain by teaching my own classes, to the strong friendships that I developed with other members of my cohort, one of the most important times for me personally and philosophically was certainly the time I spent in Paris. In fact, I was able to stretch this to 2 years thanks to a bourse Chateaubriand from the French Embassy alongside the Paris Stony Brook Exchange. My initial motivation for going to Paris was to perfect my French in light of the translation project. The project, alongside my dissertation, also on Merleau-Ponty, structured my time while I was there. I was able to work at the Bibliothèque Nationale de France, surrounded by French and international researchers. I was able to access the Merleau-Ponty archives at the Site Richelieu of the BNF, an incredible old library where Simone de Beauvoir famously read Hegel during the occupation. The success of my translation of Merleau-Ponty was made possible thanks to the time I spent immersed in French, and more importantly in French culture during my time in Paris. Moreover, my time in Paris turned out to be key to my success on the job market, helping me land a job where I, an Anglophone, am now teaching Merleau-Ponty in French. Well, ironically perhaps, scholars around the world are teaching Merleau-Ponty from my English translation. Alongside the incredible resources that the city of Paris has to offer academic projects, I was also able to walk in the footsteps of thinkers I was working on, Bergson, Merleau-Ponty, Beauvoir, Derrida, and integrate into the bustling contemporary intellectual life of current French academia. Nothing could have been more valuable. I followed courses on Patochka with Renaud Barbaras, and others on Gilbert Simondon. I attended lectures by Bernard Stiegler and Jean-Luc Nancy. In short, I was able to establish new contacts and to learn firsthand the going concerns of contemporary French thought. For instance, I was in the audience at Stiegler's promotion to full professor, and now I'll be teaching a graduate seminar on his work in relation to Gilbert Simondon here in Quebec. In short, Paris is a place where thought happens publicly, from the innumerable journées d'études to the many public lectures that intellectuals give, supported by the various cultural institutions the city has to offer. Of course, from Paris, other European centers are extremely accessible as well. I recall a short high-speed train ride that brought me to Brussels, from where I was able to make a short trip to Leuven to visit the Husserl archives and give a talk. Merleau-Ponty was actually the first foreign visitor to the Husserl archives, and his picture was there on Husserl's writing desk. I was also able to head to Strasbourg to see Jean-Luc Nancy, or to Nîmes to meet with Merleau-Ponty scholar Emmanuel de Saint-Aubert. With high-speed rail across Europe and cheap flights, Paris is really an incredible place from which to explore both academia and culture in Europe more generally. But you don't need to travel away from Paris to experience this. Paris's cafes, libraries, museums, and operas. Living there for a year gives you a totally different feeling than you would get passing through as a tourist. It truly is an inexhaustible experience for phenomenological reflection and description. Get the cheap student tickets at the Opéra Garnier and look at the Chagall ceiling that looms above your head. Or save your pennies and drink a chocolat chaud at Café de Flore, where Sartre and Beauvoir themselves worked on some of their most important texts. You can probably tell by doing this video I'm getting quite nostalgic about the time I spent in Paris. It deeply shaped my philosophy and my life, and eventually contributed to opening a door that I never suspected, namely teaching 20th century French philosophy in French to a new generation of Francophones. I am so delighted to hear that the philosophy department at Stony Brook is working on reinstating this wonderful program, started so many years ago by David Allison. It offers doctoral students an incredible opportunity, one that in my case shaped all that I've done since, and I simply can't recommend it enough. À bientôt à Paris.